Speaking, Brian, of infotainment, I what we examined on a previous show we did, what in the world that poor old Ric Flair may have been talking about when he put his foot in his mouth with the tweet to Jim Ross and trying to analyze what could have brought some statement like that on or what the was going on. And we weren't very successful in trying to figure out why he did it. But then he had already kind of apologized for it. But now you told me before we went on the air, he said something else, and I hadn't had time to read up on this.
Yeah, this is a brief update just to finish the story that we told on the last show. A bunch of the listeners were sending this over. Ric Flair on Twitter, June 4th, 2025. I try to be nice to everybody. God only knows that I've spent more money on spilt liquor in 1 year than people have in a lifetime.
What the?
I tried being...
Wait a minute. If he was being nice to everybody, wouldn't he give that money to like hungry children or what? I mean, how does that one thing go with the other? I'm not sure, but start from the beginning. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I just...
I try to be nice to everybody. God only knows that I've spent more money on spilt liquor in 1 year than people have in a lifetime. I tried being nice, and this is my last message to everyone. I've got more money than I've got time. Go F yourself, haters. No comment needed. Live with it. Actually, learn to love it. Get back to me again when you make $3 million a year at the age of 76. That's what famous gets. Famous all in caps. And by the way, I don't recognize anyone in this conversation who is famous. So Ric Flair apparently closing the book on this whole discussion of his behavior.
A clear and concise declaration to the people that he had a contradictory opinion with there.
I tried to be nice to you, but I make more money than you. What?
Yeah. And I spill more liquor than you.
I spill more liquor. That's right.
But he spilled more. Now he made more money to spend more. No, he spent more money on the liquor that he spilled than they made, or that they spent on the liquor they spilled.
God only knows that I've spent more money on spilt liquor in 1 year than people have in a lifetime. Just saying.
Okay, so now wait a minute. Now that's what it is. That taking that as the grammatically correct statement. How much money do you think you've spent in your lifetime on spilled liquor, Brian?
Oh, I spill it for free.
Oh, God damn it. I've just as okay, then how much do you think the average son of a bitch?
You know, to be very honest with you,
how often do you spill liquor?
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't really have too many occasions where I just spilled drink. Oops, there goes my drink. Maybe every now and then, like a little drop comes out because, you know, you're walking with a drink, but it's never like, oh, I spilled another one. Let me get another one. Oh, I dropped another one.
All over the rug. You slosh,
yeah.
Or you slosh.
It wasn't me. It was the Egyptian.
If you're walking back and forth in the bar, restaurant, nightclub, whatever, you may be a slosh. Every once in a while, there's a josh, or a joust, or a fucking elbow in the ribs, and you spill or whatever. But I don't think that's a big.
Well, let's do the math.
It's like that for the average person. A lifetime of spilled liquor could be $72.48.
If that much, I guess let's do the math. If you buy 20 kamikazes, and what were the 1986 prices for kamikazes?
Well, let's just use around $5.
$5 a kamikaze. You buy 20.
Well, there's $100.
There's $100. How much spillage is going to happen from that? $1's worth?
Well, what if you're carrying the tray and you're drunk and you spill the whole thing? Then that could add up.
Ah, I didn't even think of that. Mass spillage. I didn't even think of that. I'm thinking drink at a time. I'm thinking drink at a time, not Ric Flair. Oh, I got 20 drinks. Oh, shit. Do you have to charge me? Yeah, we have to charge you. We just gave you all those and just spilled them everywhere.
I just don't know that. Again, I love Rick. I'm not sure that it's a compelling argument when you have to put your tax return up on the fucking post as part of the argument in defense of something that you said.
Well, I'm just glad that unlike Jim Ross, Ric Flair doesn't look for attention. Unlike that dastardly Jim Ross always looking for attention with his cancer.
I hate JR the way he goes out dressed like Christmas packages all wrapped up and that horrible fashion sense he's got and all of the JR branded products like wings and weed and whiskey and antidepressants. I don't know what's going on.
I saw Jim Ross with an IV. He'll do anything for sympathy. Woo!
He looked at me as I walked by like he expected me to help him up.
He tripped on the liquor that was spilled.
And now somebody's going to use as the headline, Jim Ross injured, slipping and Ric Flair denies intervention.
That's what he should open next. The Ric Flair slip and slide.
And it's fucking kamikazes being shot down the water slide. So if you go down belly first or feet first and on your belly, you can drink at the same time.
Nothing sent you for a ride like wooski. Woo!
All righty then. Well, we wish all parties the best in this situation. And Rick has basically said this will be his final word on the subject, unless he forgets that he said this. He might say something else.
When you make $3 million a year at the age of 76, that's what famous gets.
Thought it was 3.6.
He said $3 million a year at the age of 76.
Oh, at the age of 7. I thought it was 3.6 at the age of 70. I wanted to get this correct. We got to get these facts and figures correct, Brian.
Yeah, you know who's looking at this one?
It's very important.
The IRS is probably looking at this tweet right now. But yes, it's very important.
I would say, and of course, and that's a gross now before expenses.